Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do project number 6. This is really just a series of circles that have been trimmed out. So we're going to start. Again, we need the center point here, and you can see we have the 60-degree separating line, and then we have a 120-degree separating line. Okay, so we're going to use that as kind of our guide for creating this object, and we can also see we also have a radius of 6 circle that's going to come around here. So we're going to go ahead and try to draw this. So going to my AutoCAD, the first thing I'm going to do is, like the drawing says, set the units to inches. So for this one I'm going to use decimal still, but this time I'm going to be in inches. Hit OK. And then I'm going to start with a line. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and go to my grid, and this is actually going to be a much smaller grid. So I'm going to do a grid of 1 and then a snap of 0.5. This is going to be a pretty small drawing in general. You can see that the outside, the biggest diameter that I have is a radius of 10. Sorry, biggest object I have is a radius of 10. So I'm going to go ahead, pick a point. I'm going to draw that circle again. Radius is 10. So that is the size of my entire object. Okay, so from here, I'm going to go ahead and go to my construction lines. And I like to go ahead and just draw some center points in here. I'm going to go ahead and go LT scale, change that to something a little bit smaller so I can see the center lines. And I know I have a line that's going up, so I'm going to go 10. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and go 12 so it's a little bit bigger. 12, tab, and if I go 60 degrees, that should put me 30 degrees off that side. And then if I'm looking at the bottom here, right here, I also need 120 degrees right here. So that means if I go here and I'm going down, so I really need 60 degrees right there. So again, I'm going to go 12. And actually this one needs to be 30. Yep. 30, enter. I'm just going to take both these and mirror them across this point. There we go. So, whoop, do that again. There we go. So now I have the 60-degree distance, and I also have the 120-degree distance. So now I'm just going to start drawing my circles. Okay, so the first circles I see here, I have a diameter of 4 and a diameter of 6. So I'm going to go to that center point. If the diameter is 4, all I got to do is hit D first. And it's going to ask me actual diameter, so I'm going to hit 4. I'm going to do the same thing. D, 6. Both these should have been object lines, so I'm just going to select them now. Switch over to object line. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and go to my next circle right here, which I can see is 6. And it looks like the outside of a radius of 6, outside is 7, so that means this one should be 5, 6, and 7. Those are all radiuses. I'm going to go 5, 6, and 7. Again, same thing. All these should be 0 layer. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to that layer because I didn't do that before. Okay, so now that I have those, that's going to allow me to draw in this piece right here. So I have a radius of 1 right here for that circle. So I'm going to go to circle. And really I can just snap on that point because that's going to be the same thing. You can see here if I go from this point here to this point here, my radius does come out to 1 anyway, which is good. And then you can see I also have circles down here. It says I have diameter of 2 for these circles. So I'm just going to grab a circle right here, directly on that same point. Diameter of 2. So you can see that's the same thing right there. So now I'm going to do, what I'm going to do with this is what's called an array, but I'm going to do what's called a polar array. So the center point of the array is going to be right here. Now the hard part here is how many circles do I have? So right now I have 5 at 120. So that means if I have 360 degrees in a circle, I should have 15 items. So if I go 15, you can see it puts all those circles in there, which is what I want. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and close array. Then I'm going to select it. I'm going to hit explode. And now I can get rid of the ones I don't need. So I don't need that one, that one, that one, that one. I'm just left with these bottom 5. I'm going to go ahead and trim out these 2 pieces here. I'm left with that. And then I can go ahead and kill these because I don't need these anymore. Actually, I did need that center line. Whoop. Let's get back to that. So we're going to trim off there to there, and there to there. I can get rid of that one. So I do need, as you can see, these 2 are center lines. So I'm going to go ahead and trim right there and there. I'm going to switch this and this both to the construction line. There we go. And then now all we need to do is go ahead and trim this little part out right here. So we can see that there's 110 degrees in between these 2 pieces, right? So if there's 110 degrees, that's 330 for each one. So there's only about a 10 degree gap in each one of these lines. So I'm going to go ahead and go from this line down. So again, I'm going to go 12, tab, I'm going to go 80. There we go. And now I'm going to do from this line here, I'm going to go ahead and array that around. Actually, I'm going to do both these 2. Array that around. There we go. Center point is here. I need 3 of them. So that should create those cutoff points for me. So now if I go in here, I need to go ahead and explode this so I can trim it. What I should have is the ability to go ahead and create a line here. Now that should be 110. Should have another one. I'll trim that out. Go. Let's see if this actually added up correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and use my annotate dimensions. Let's go angular. So from this line to this line, oh, it's 120. So it didn't quite come out correctly. Okay, so what we can do, if we know that's 120, I'm going to kill that line. Actually, I'm just going to measure that. Let's get that angle real quick. So this from here to here is 40, so I need that to be 30. So the only thing I'm going to do right now is go back to my line here, and and I'm going to go 12, tab, 30. There we go. So we can get rid of, actually that's going to be our 10-degree gap right there. So that's already at 40, which is good. So I can trim that out. Undo. Trim. There we go. There we go. I trim that out. That looks good. So now we need from this line over to here, same thing, 110. So again, go back to my annotate, go to my angular, going from here, it should be here. So same thing, I'm still off by 10 degrees. That's because when I did that, I think I did that as 3, which would have divided it into 3. 360 divided by 3 is 120, which is where I got off with that. So that was my bad. So that should be tab and at 150 degrees. There we go. Which should put that 10 degrees away as well. Trim that as same thing. So that gets that inside point. So now we have all that. That's good. That's looking just like what we had up there. Awesome. Get rid of these. Don't need those little extra lines there. It's all cleaned up. Alright, so now all we have left to do is these outside circles. So we can see if I go to just one of the center points, these outside circles have a radius of 1.6. So I'm just going to go to this right here, radius 1.6. And now all I have to do is, again, array that around from that center point. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Change my items to 12. There we go. Explode it, because right now it's all one object, so you have to explode it so it ungroups it. And now we just need to trim them off. I'm just going to use that trim and hold it. There we go. Don't need all those little pieces. Alright, we can actually start getting rid of all these. There we go. It's looking pretty good. That line can go away. That line can go away. We do have our center lines there. If we want to keep them, that's up to you. I really don't need those in there. Those are just for visual. So if you want, you can actually delete these out. They do help in the reference of the drawing though. So if you do want to keep them in, by all means keep these ones in. And it's just these ones if you're going to keep it in. There was one more if you do want to put this one on, which is going to be a circle right there. So if you do want to keep that on, you're more than welcome to. If you do that though, I do want you to trim out the yellow from those sections there. Okay, so I do not want all those covered. You can see there's one right here where you can see the intersection. If you want to do it just like that, you're welcome to do that as well. The only thing you'd have to do there is go ahead and pull this one up. So I'm just going to, instead of trim, I'm going to use my extend command. I'm going to extend this to right there. And then if I want, I can go ahead, if you just want that piece, leave it just like that. So that should give you all of the center lines that are on our drawing. Alright, let's go ahead and do dimensions. I'm just going to show you a couple of the dimensions because this is just a little bit different. The first one being this leader. So I have a leader I gotta find out where the leader went. I'm going to go from this point. I can also click on the outside of the circle, straight out. So the leader goes ahead and puts an arrow on there. Now the first line of text, I'm going to do 5 times 2.00. So that's how you'd actually place that in there. There is an option if you have the keyboard for it to go ahead and put in the diameter mark right there. If you don't have that, you can always just put a D for D2. That means diameter of 2. Those both work the exact same way if you don't have the actual diameter symbol available in your keyboard or your typing tool. Okay, so we have that one. We have the angular dimension. So we have, so from here to here, you had 120. That's how you put that one in. And again, all these really should be on your dim layer. You can do a green, white, I don't really care which color that is. Remember on circles, when you're doing the dimensions on circles, you can do radius or diameter on those. So if I want one with a radius, I can place that on. If I want a different one that just has diameter, I can place that on. That is up to you on that. Okay. As far as the actual numbers go, okay, so you can see these all have 2 decimal places out. This one has 3. So what you need to do right there is dim style. And under dim style, you're going to go to your primary units and make sure that the precision is at 2 decimal places after the point. Hit OK, close, and it will switch everything to 2 decimal places. Okay, so that's how you do that drawing. If you do have questions, reach out to me.